Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Two Talk with Your Dentist on thedentist.com. I'm Dr. Rekha, and the Two Talk with Your Dentist is an initiative to increase oral and dental health awareness among people. Visit our website www.thedentist.com to get more information about your oral and dental health. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, and on LinkedIn. And in conversation with me today on the Two Talk, I have the lovely Geeta. To give you a brief introduction about Geeta, Geeta Galievar is a leading sports nutritionist with a PG diploma in the International Olympic Committee. She is a registered dietitian, a certified diabetic educator, and she is a university rank holder and a gold medalist. She is a speaker and a columnist with over 17 years of experience. She mentors national and international and novice athletes by offering them holistic sports nutrition coaching. Geeta, thank you so much for joining me in today's True Talk with Your Dentist conversation, and a warm welcome to you.
Hi, Rekha. Thank you. I did not even realize I was already on air.
Okay, I guess it's a Monday, it's the beginning of the week, and we're just starting the week, and I hope the week is really good for all of us. So,
Great.
uh,
Thank you for having me back on your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, what is the area that you would like to cover today? Tell our patients, because I've been doing some of the talks with other dentists, and also since we are into practice, I think one factor or one area that always concerns parents is the diet of the child. I mean, even as a mother, I would always wonder and think, what are the kind of foods that are good for my children, especially, I mean, of course, the overall health is one consideration, and also the teeth is a consideration in particular. So, what is it that you would like to share with our viewers today?
So, continuing our series on dental health, it was interesting. I request the viewers to definitely watch our previous videos. We had some very informative session on calcium and vitamin D. So, in continuation of that, I think it would be nice to also talk about certain foods and fluids in addition to not just calcium and vitamin D. So, there are a lot of other things which can also impact the oral and dental health. So there are a lot of foods that can be an advantage and can strengthen your teeth. Similarly, there are also a lot of other commonly used, popular, choices of food, especially among children, which can be quite bad for health.
Hmm.
So we will talk about food and fluids for dental health today.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So when we talk of food and fluids, of course, fluids means it's those drinks. Either they are probably energy drinks, or some kind of
That's
nourishment drinks.
what we will have to worry. Energy drinks will come probably towards the end. I think we just even a lot of children love fruit juice. In fact,
Yes,
mothers also think fruit juices are healthy. So
yes.
probably we'll start with food. There's some foods which are good, and then what are harmful, and then probably we can also look at certain foods very quite popular among athletes.
Yes.
Invariably, of course, it's like our occupational hazard. So the minute you look at somebody, you're only analyzing their BMI and their body weight. So unfortunately, it's our occupational hazard. So similarly, like with athletes, it's unavoidable that they
Yes.
and they ought to use certain foods which sometimes can increase the risk of dental caries. So to begin
Yes.
with, maybe why don't you also kind of probe and ask me some questions? Of
Yeah,
course, you as
I
a dentist already know.
so I think most commonly, children, probably for them the easiest uh, juice that they can prepare for themselves is probably the lemon juice. They just squeeze one lemon, take some juice off, add a little sugar, maybe add a little water, and then
Correct.
stir it, and then immediately, they have something ready to drink. So, what would you say about fruit juices like these, citrus based?
Okay. Okay. So the tip here would be, I would say, look at wholesome, or rather whole foods. Okay, anything that is processed is a big no-no. So the foods that actually help are those that are, whole and intact. So look at fruits which are, just whole as whatever is seasonal. So, more fiber. Fiber foods are very healthy for, washing off your, plaque, and kind of the chewing itself can cleanse your, mouth.
Yes.
So oral hygiene, the best thing to do is eat a lot of raw foods. So, those crunchy, fruits also like apples, pears, or anything with a lot of dark green leafy vegetables, salads. So they're excellent for oral health. So now with vitamin C, a lot of people actually think the misconception or the myth, Rekha, is they think that citrus fruits are bad because they're citric acid, right? So it has some small amount of citric acid present. So they think that the acid is bad for the oral health. But actually, vitamin C, that is what the vitamin present in these citrus fruits, be it lemons or guavas or amla, to your all your citrus fruits. So vitamin C actually can strengthen the gum. On the
Gums.
contrary, whole fruits which are rich in vitamin C are quite healthy for your teeth. So similarly, anything, of course, even high protein for that matter. Though there has to be everything in moderation and a fine balance, but I think commonly for us as Indians, there's always, unless and until you're a non-vegetarian, the challenge is not getting adequate protein, and of course, excessive protein again also leads to some acidity. Not acidities. What I mean is the change in the acid pH in the body. So just looking at whole fruits, vegetables, high fiber, good bacteria. So even fibers like your bananas, even plantains, the green variety which have resistant starch, your cooled rice and cooled potatoes. They are also prebiotics. So in Indians, we have our rice. So rice also on cooling. So but here you have to take care. Cool the rice within the first hour and refrigerate it immediately. Don't leave the rice on the stove top or on at the room temperature in your kitchen, but that can be a food poisoning risk, or that can kind of again jeopardize your entire safety. So if food is handled well, then you can look at increasing prebiotic intake. So prebiotics, probiotics. So typically we always ate curd. Now, of course, commonly a lot of people call it yogurt, but yes.
Yes.
So curd was the typical part of our South Indian meals, and every meal ended with curd. So curd is a
Correct.
good and easiest way to add probiotic. But now you have for the ones who don't want to consume dairy, and of course we've already talked a lot on calcium and vitamin D. So calcium and phosphorus go without doubt the most common foods. In fact,
Um,
cheese again very very healthy for the teeth. So prebiotics also can improve oral health because they avoid pathogenic bacteria or growth of other unnecessary bacteria in the mouth. And so I would say that just look at wholesome food, and everything in balance. So fruit juices can be had occasionally. Of course, I think if once in a while, and I mean, I'm sure children can't refrain from food. They're all over the shelves, and but again in moderation. So ensure, because they are very high in sugar. So the
yes.
sugar itself can kind of stay on
Damage.
your teeth, and that could lead to the bacteria getting into full swing. And once they get into action, then there is obviously the risk of your enamel erosion, the acid produced by the bacteria. So the risk of dental caries increases on eating sugary foods. So similarly, a lot of other processed foods also very popular among kids. For that matter, even us, not just everybody once in a while will indulge in, and it's
Yes.
okay. So, but
Yes.
however, the foods which are very sticky, like your chips, and for that matter, even your bread or crackers or
Yes.
biscuits,
Yes.
anything that can kind of leave a residue in your tooth or teeth,
Yes.
and then you bacteria acting on it. So that, yeah, these kind of foods also, though they are quite unfortunately unresistible, and or rather sorry, irresistible, and you can't eat one only. So there is always this residual cascading effect of um, the plaque and the bacterial action thereafter.
Yes. So Geeta, what would you recommend? Whether it's a child or an adult, what would you recommend would be the best time for these kind of snacks or drinks? Uh, you know, uh,
Of course, it's children would love to snack. So whenever possible, if you like, say for example, dry fruits, they're very nutrient dense and healthy. But even dry fruits, because of their fibrous kind of chewy texture, they do leave a residue of food for the bacteria to work on. So if you are eating certain food, say for example, you'd like to have a drink that is your fruit juice, or you want anything sugary, then either sometimes it's a good idea to eat it as a part of a meal where you are reducing the load, like even vitamin C. If you have already sensitive teeth, or you have the tingling sensation, or because of the weakening of the enamel, then it's best to look at citrus fruit as a part of a balanced meal. So you could look at adding some grapefruit or oranges in your salad, so that way you kind of balance out the tartness with a lot of lettuce and anything fresh, onions, to whatever you would typically use in a salad. So you combine them with a main meal, so that way the sugar load on the teeth is lesser.
Lesser, lesser. So,
Hmm.
so, uh,
That's
so
one.
uh, yeah, I think one more section when it comes to the juices are these canned juices. The ones we get in the store, and generally we just pick it off the shelf whenever we go
Are
out
you
to.
referring to carbonated beverages like your colas and
Yes, yes, which is also a part of the other fruit juices that are marketed these days, and probably also some of them that are marketed as sugar-free ones. So, what would you say that these would have an effect? How do you think these have an effect?
So, unfortunately, what happens with food technology is there are invariably some additives and preservatives which are used. So, be it even a fruit juice which has, any fizz, or even these carbonated, beverages like these fizzy drinks. Unfortunately, what happens is since they use some acids in them to give that, the incorporation of your gas, uh, these acids are also unfortunately not just the sugar. So this is like a double whammy. It's got the sugar and it's got the acids. So
Yes.
those of them who like to indulge, in these. Of course, if it's an artificial sweetener that's used, and children anyway are not advised to consume them. But even if adults use them, that's lesser risk of just the sugar. Or the residual effect of the sugar. But what about the phosphoric acid, or any of these acids that are used? So like even in I'll just come to talk about even sports drink in just probably in the next minute. So these phosphoric acid, malic acid, citric acid, which is typically used in these foods, also as a preservative and to also give it that flavor. And the fizz. So these can corrode the enamel further, because the acids and the sugar itself can kind of weaken your tooth enamel. And yes, so best to, like I said, either consume them in moderation, or save them for occasions when you want to kind of indulge. And definitely after that, the most important thing here again, which I will also discuss as a conclusion in the end, many of them actually have this habit of brushing their teeth as they eat. So even if kids are using, I'm sure you are in the field, and I think you dentists already know it, but this is for the audience. So those of the kids who immediately, are in the habit of brushing teeth after having a fruit juice, or mummies think that oh, you had something sugary, go brush your teeth, or you had a fruit drink, or this cola, just brush your teeth. That's actually the most dangerous thing to do, because the acids have already corroded and worked on your enamel and weakened it. So when you
Yes.
immediately brush your teeth, that further weakens your tooth. So if you are kind of looking at consuming any of these, then you rather kind of neutralize that, and have something to chew on. It could be nuts, it could be a fruit or
Cheese.
whatever. Yes, definitely cheese. Cheese is excellent. Yes, very high again in calcium and phosphate. So cheese also has a very positive impact on tooth health. So good to yes, finish off with these foods.
Okay. So apart from no value addition in terms of nutrition, I think these kind of drinks also cause damage to the oral health, in the sense the teeth. So when
Correct.
so probably some patients, they probably ask, so which means to say, can we drink it off with a straw, so that the contact of the
Yes.
juice with the teeth is reduced to that extent?
Yes,
Does
and
that?
yeah, this is one of the tip again. If you would like to reduce the touch point, and yes, do buy a paper straw which is discarded, or a steel reusable straw. So we are all going plastic free. Yes, drinking off the straw is another good idea.
Okay, so to an extent that probably does help. I mean, if the
Yes.
child wants to indulge himself a little more in any of these drinks, then probably to
No,
that
no.
extent.
Indulging is only occasionally. Child will not indulge very often. Then that kind of beats
So
out
that is
a doctor and a dietitian. We are here to encourage healthy practices.
Okay,
So
okay. So Geeta, you provide consultation for people who are into sports. So invariably, sports is such a high, physically demanding activity. So obviously, there is, because of the sweating process and the entire physical activity process, what happens? The body loses a lot of electrolytes. I mean,
yeah,
so the electrolyte has to be replenished every now and then, either during the activity or at the end of the activity, at the end of the day or in the beginning of the day, it has to be done. So what are the kind of either foods or drinks that you would recommend for people who are active, physically active, whether they are children or adults, that is good both for the body and for the teeth?
yes, that's a excellent question, Rekha. This is something I really wanted to highlight in our discussion today. Mainly also because being a sports nutritionist and the more work you do, I think all the practical challenges which are posed will. That's when everybody is learning. The athlete also learns, and you're also learning. So to
Yes.
begin with, if you are doing an activity for about half an hour, 45 minutes, you do not need a sports drink. So popularly, sports foods, a sports drink, and sports gel.
So
Now,
once again, if I can just stop you here. So does that mean people who go gymming for say, or go for a regular exercise on a daily basis, or say every alternate days in a week, and they are doing it only for like a half an hour, which is like general fitness kind of thing. So these people would not ideally need any kind of a supplement like this.
yes, absolutely. You heard me right. You do not need a sports food, a sports drink, or a gel. Okay.
Oh,
So if you're exercising within the 1 hour, that is about 45 minutes to 60 minutes of exercise, you really do not need an additional supplement as a sports food. That's to begin with. Point number one. Now, what athletes actually do not know, or anybody who's a recreational, the athlete, or not athlete, a recreational fitness seeker, who just kind of practices, or plays a sport. Now, what they do not understand is all these fancy marketing and all those lovely, colorful sports drinks that you see off the shelf. It's very tempting. I mean, I've seen so many children who really don't need it, or perhaps they just need a drink, so they just grab one without understanding the context and the relevance. So you have to look at it very, very practically and say, okay, like you actually said, have I had an intense training? Am I in a sport which is in the field setting where I'm outdoor in the scorching heat? Am I losing out that amount of carbohydrates where I need to refuel during the game? Am I training for 2 hours, 3 hours? And am I training for endurance? Is my activity very prolonged where I'm pushing myself, and I'm kind of, going over the top? So these are parameters you will consider when you want to look at investing or introducing a sports food, be it a sports drink or a gel. Now, what athletes or anybody who uses these regularly do not know is actually it's very harmful for them, especially since we're talking about dental health. Because these sports drink, even for that matter, gel, when they have these malic acid, citric acid, and certain other additives or preservatives, the pH comes down. And anything below 5.5, then it is an acidic pH. And if these are anywhere between 2 and lesser than 5, what's happening automatically is the more you keep using them, then there is a risk of, the dental caries or your
yes,
tooth decay. So, and
yes.
also what happens already there, like we just talked about the occupational hazard, these athletes are already prone to an inevitable use of these sports food and drinks because then they have those either prolonged duration of exercise schedule, or the training load is so high that they sometimes cannot just manage with plain water. So ideally, we'll say, please look at your training schedule. You do not need it if you are not doing that, longer duration or prolonged, workouts. Look at water for hydration. Very important that many of us look at, eating salad, or, vegetables, or fruits and nuts, which kind of do not leave any residue. But, instead of just, also, when, if at all, you also need as a quick energy replenishment, you could also eat bananas during your workout, and just guzzle down some plain water. So don't forget
Okay.
your hydration. So even athlete, like what we call mouth rinse, or they swish, just water. Unfortunately, even after you have a sports drink and you just swish water in the mouth, and we call it water chasing, but that also still leaves you with some risk of your, yes, weakened enamel. So, but of course, whenever possible, it is better that you do that. And another tip here is, the science or the suggestion is that if you have very chilled fluid, so if you'd like to consume sports drink, there is a lesser damage done when you choose it as a very chilled or a cold beverage. So try
Uh-huh.
and incorporate cooler temperatures. Okay, and
Okay.
as you said, actually, yes, drink from a straw. And of course, if you have eaten anything citrus, or any of these sports drink, wait for about, if it's food, for half an hour, and if at all it's this sports drink, it's a big no-no to brush your teeth within the first hour after you have stopped consuming the sports drink.
Okay, okay. So would there be anything that you would recommend as a neutralizer, to have it as a neutralizer after they've had any such
Yes, which I just
damage?
discussed. So a lot of athletes do use these sports gel, and even gels for that matter. They're very sugary products. So similar with using these, if you're using powders of your electrolyte drink or sports drink, ensure that you are using the correct dosage of the water to the powder ratio. Because if you're making it, if you like it more sugary, and you think I'm going to get extra energy just by adding less sugar,
Water.
water. So the dilution is very important, because what will then happen is you're going to consume more concentrated fluids, and that's bad for you. So remember to kind of follow the instructions and kind of stick to the tea. That's one tip. Of course, you can use the straw. These chews and lollies and so many other sports foods also have the same risk. So as I suggested, I think yes, if you are left with no option for your prolonged exercise training load, if you need to consume this, then at least what we discussed just now, so the water chasing, swish with water. And of course, whenever possible, try and judiciously or meticulously plan your intake. So try and look at water within the first hour. Then you could look at plain water and bananas. If the duration goes beyond 1.5 hours, then you could look at, of course, you definitely need to replenish your electrolyte, and sports drink are that way. Sports drink are actually more concentrated in terms of your sugar, compared to an electrolyte drink, whereas a lot of athletes also use a lot of oral rehydration solutions, so they have higher sodium. So for a salty sweater, they are more beneficial, but they don't have higher carbohydrate amount like a sports drink, whereas sports drink is actually meant for an athlete who has a higher demand because of the intensity of workout. So the carbohydrate content is a larger in the quantity in the sports drink.
Okay, okay. I think that was very informative. So probably parents whose kids go to some kind of rigorous training, or they themselves probably they prepare themselves for so many of these runs and cycling marathons. So probably I just hope this talk would be somewhere helpful to them. And thank you so much, Geeta, for joining me today, and sharing your knowledge and experience on the effects of juices and drinks, and sports drinks specifically, on the dental health of the person.
Yes, so children can eat the chips, but remember to eat some cucumber after that.
After that. Yeah, I think that's the difficult part, to make them eat the cucumber after the chips.
Yeah, so maybe instead of bribing them, chips after cucumber, mothers will have to look at other strategies. So eat the chips, then eat the cucumber, wash away all the residual starch.
Yes, yes, yes. So, thank you so much, Geeta, for joining me today. And I really hope I can get you back to share with our viewers on any other topic related to nutrition and dental health.
Yes, sure thing, Rekha. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, viewers, that was nutritionist and dietitian Geeta, who did share her knowledge and experience on about the effect of food and drinks, especially carbonated drinks and sports energy drinks on your oral and dental health. I hope that talk was helpful. If you have any doubts or queries, please don't hesitate to write to us, and we will get back to you on that. So until next time that I come back with another dentist or another expert to talk about your oral and dental health, keep smiling, stay safe, and be happy. Thank you.